everyone, welcome to Home Cooking with me Hema Subramanian. Millets are generally very good for us. Consuming millets on a regular basis definitely improves our health in many ways. Today I am going to share a wonderful breakfast recipe and we are going to make millet pongal using Kodo millets. This is a great substitute for the regular rice pongal that we normally make at home. So let's get started and check it out. For the Kodo Millet Pongal, first I am going to roast the moong dal. For this recipe I have taken half cup of moong dal. This is a 125 ml cup measurement. So I am just going to dry roast it. Once the moong dal has turned to a lovely mild golden brown color and it releases this nice roasted aroma, you can turn off the stove. You can see the mild color change. I am turning off the stove now. For the millet pongal, I have taken half cup of Kodo millet and I have soaked it for about 30 minutes. This is a 125 ml measurement cup. I have taken the millet and the dal in 1:1 ratio. So for half cup of Kodo millet, I have taken half cup of moong dal. Just mix the dal and the millet together. I like my pongal nice and creamy and gooey. So for 1 cup of millet and dal, I have taken 4 cups of water. To this I am adding 1 teaspoon of salt. Pressure cook for about 3 whistles on medium flame. After 3 whistles I have turned off the stove. I am just going to wait for the pressure to release. Let this sit for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, let's check on the pongal. So you can see the millets and the dal is cooked beautifully. I'm just going to leave this aside. Next, I'm going to temper a few ingredients and add it to the pongal. You can take a nice small pan like this or a tempering pan. I'm just going to add a generous amount of ghee because all the flavors in that ghee and the pongal is not complete without ghee. So I'm just going to add about 4 tablespoons of ghee here. So first I'm going to roast a few cashew nuts. Now cashew nuts are optional. If you don't want to add cashew nuts, you can temper without that. I like to enjoy my pongal with these beautiful roasted cashew nuts. So keep the flame on low. Next I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of roughly pound peppercorns. Also add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Next I'm adding a piece of ginger finely chopped. You can also reduce the amount of ghee that you're using for this particular pongal recipe. Turn off the stove at this point. So after turning off the stove, I'm adding a pinch of hing, that is asafoetida powder. Also add a few curry leaves. The tempered ingredients are ready. Now transfer it to the pongal and mix everything well. You can see how beautiful and gooey this is, and it's beautifully incorporated with that lovely rich ghee and all the other ingredients. Our extremely delicious and super tasty millet pongal is ready to be served nice and hot. I've got it perfectly the way I like it, nice and gooey. Now this is going to definitely absorb the excess moisture and it will thicken up. So I'm going to serve this the traditional way with some nice fresh coconut chutney and nice hot sambar by the side. Cashew nuts are entirely optional. If you don't want, you don't have to add it. I am adding it to give a nice flavor and richness to the pongal. The millet pongal definitely thickens as it cools down. So while eating, if you feel it's a little too thick, you can always get the right consistency by adding a little bit of hot water and mixing it all together. It's time to taste this really delicious Kodo Millet Pongal. Now I've served it with some nice hot sambar and chutney by the side and I'm going to definitely enjoy this entire plate. Oh my god, it is incredibly tasty. So yummy. It's just so divine. Very happy right now. Wow, the millet pongal was incredibly tasty, especially with that chutney sambar combination. And I highly recommend you try this recipe and don't forget to share it with your family and friends. And the best way to enjoy it is nice and hot. So for more exciting and wonderful recipes, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to get your notifications. You can now buy the second edition of our home cooking book at shop.homecookingshow.in.